joining me. Hope you're having a good day. Today we're going to continue our playthrough of Ultimate General Civil War. We're about to fight the Battle of Malvern Hill. First off, though, I'd like to apologize for the end of the last episode. My family got home, so I was in a rush to finish the end of that episode, so I might have been very distracted. And so, yeah, if the ending of that last episode felt a little bit rushed, that is why. So, that being said, we didn't finish building out rebuilding our armies for the fight from Malvern Hill. So we're going to go ahead and do that really quick. Very quickly, we're going to go ahead and buy these two historical generals. And we are going to allocate our career points. We are going to go ahead and put our last little bit into politics, and then we're going to, or should I go ahead and buy army organization? You know what, let's go ahead and put that other point actually in, let's go ahead and put it in economy, because we will try and buy some guns at the end of this rebuilding process. I debated on going ahead and adding that army organization, be able to build units of 25,000, but I actually don't think that's necessary at the moment, so we won't do that just yet. We are going to go ahead and build out this army though, but like I said in the last episode, now I can actually show you what I mean by that. Now that I've started building out that second corps, I don't feel like it's necessary for me to keep this particular army, my first corps, at 2,000 men. We're going to go ahead and just keep putting them down to each brigade reaches 75 or 1750. So that's how we're going to keep it. Now, the first brigade in each division is my elite unit, so we actually will start using veteran units to fill out their ranks. So like how the Iron Warriors need to come up to 1750, we will of course give them veterans. They are actually about to go up to the second rank as well. They're very close in XP, so that's actually a good time to go ahead and do that. The World Eaters, however, do not need to. They actually have more than the 1750, so we won't actually put any troops into them. And we're going to go ahead and continue that with each unit of this army. However, we're not going to use veteran units for the ones that aren't part of the 1st Brigade yet of each division. So we're going to bring these guys up to 1750. And again, this is just to help prevent scaling, so you're not spending a lot of money on weapons and guns. Now, if you're playing on a lower difficulty level, you don't actually need to do that, because usually you're going to have more than enough money to spend, especially as you get into late game. But again, on these higher difficulties, as you go into late game, you are going to start seeing some issues if you're making your units too big. It's much better you try and keep these guys as high rank as possible without using too much money. So I believe that's all the units that are below 1750. We are going to go ahead and fill out these guys. These guys need a new leader because theirs got injured. We are going to go ahead and these units we will remain veteran. We're going to go ahead and make them a 12-gun battery. These ones need their rank increase. And again, we will also make them a 12-gun battery. Go ahead and build out their ranks. Don't know if these guys lost any men. No, they did not. Now, if you notice, I did go ahead and I'm actually going to be using my 4th Division, although I just noticed, get Jeb Stewart back, so we were going to put him in charge of the 4th Division. Usually the 4th Divisions I tend to have sort of as a light division, where I place my cavalry and my skirmisher units, maybe even another gun battery, we'll see. And then with these guys up here, we'll leave mostly infantry. That being said, they need to be filled out, but I don't know if we're going to do that just yet, because in Malvern Hill, I'm actually going to use the 2nd Corps prominently, especially seeing as they didn't take a lot of casualties. Weed and Hain, those were the ones we detached to our first corps, they took some significant casualties, and this corps here will keep putting into 2,000, keeping their units up to 2,000. Now a lot of these guys did get their promotion, so we are going to go ahead and give them all discipline training, because like I said, I don't really use the endurance course too much. Some people swear by it. I don't think it's necessary all that much. I'd rather the discipline, especially as you get later in the game. I feel like discipline is probably a much better way to go. But like I said, let's go ahead and fill out these units as well. Again, they will be taking the brunt of this next battle for Malvern Hill, and really we're going to use the first corps as sort of a replenishment unit, not replenishment, but a unit to come in and sort of back these guys up and sort of break through the Union. We are going to go ahead and give these guys a fair amount of supplies, let's say 15,000, and we are going to go ahead and bring up these two batteries to full strength. Maybe not. Actually, I probably shouldn't have. A major probably is not strong enough. So, yeah, we won't do that just yet. Now, we are going to go ahead and create these divisions and fill out the rest of this corps. Sure, why not? We'll put AP Hill in charge. Now, what I will do is go through all these units and see. You know what? Let's go ahead and buy these guns. Now that is going to give us a morale hit, I believe. Yeah, so we're actually going to take a -2 morale hit for this next battle. But I'm okay with that. Let's go ahead and start giving some of these units Enfields in this corps. That way we can start transferring some of these weapons to our next corps. These are the last ones that don't have. Good weapons. Now we have Mississippi's for most everybody, so let's go ahead and give them Lorenz. We might be able to get one more unit Lorenz rifles, so let's go ahead and do that. Alright, now that we've done that, so any other guns we want to buy that we can actually equip these guys with? Decisions. Let's go ahead and give them Enfields. And then Lorenz for him. He's the only one with Mississippi, so is there a weapon that we have enough to fill? We don't quite have enough Lorenz rifles, so I think that is as much as we're going to be able to equip them with. Okay. So, moving on. Infantry brigades. We have plenty. Let's go ahead and start filling out.
Yes, sir.
Giving these guys some Mississippis. Give them to the ones that have already completed the star. Now we are going to have to spend a little bit of money, but I'm okay with that. Yeah. So the whole first division of this corps will have Mississippi rifles. And like I said, I'm okay with that. That will allow me to come through and give all of this. Hold on a minute. Let's go ahead, switch out some of these generals. Again, first corps is going to be the one that we want to keep as good as possible, or as high rank as possible. So we will go ahead and promote some of these guys, some of these brigadier generals to yeah. However, we will keep Sims there, be able to put in charge of the 4th Division when we come to that. If we come to that, I don't know if we'll actually have enough funds to be able to fill out an entire 4th Division. In fact, I probably won't even bother. We'll just keep it to 3 divisions. So let's go ahead and put Sims in so he can start ranking up a little. Alright, enough talk. You know what? Let's go ahead. Just go down the line, actually.
Yes, sir.
Just like this. Just like this. That actually gives that unit a promotion. Same with this one, so that actually works out perfectly. And, oh, wrong one. Discipline training. Okay. Now we'll put lieutenant colonels in charge of these divisions. Fill them out. And keep going down the line.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful. Alright, and that is all we're going to do for now. We will go ahead and make another artillery unit. We don't need a lieutenant colonel in charge, so we're going to stick with some majors. And what do we want to do? What do we want to do? What do we got to do? I'm fairly interested. No, I want to be able to buy some weaponry. So
Yes,
let's
sir.
go ahead. We'll make an 8-gun. We were going to have to spend a little bit more money than I wanted. Oh, I didn't select Napoleon. We'll make an 8-gun Napoleon battery for these guys as well. I know we already have one Napoleon battery, but I'm okay with that. Get him his promotion. Alright, and now we're going to spend the rest of our time just going ahead and taking a look at what weaponry we can buy. Let's go ahead and get some Fayettevilles. We're getting awfully close. Ooh, we do not have enough. Let's go ahead and sell some sharps. Sell these artillery pieces. We are getting awfully close to being able to equip. I want to buy these Henrys as well, so we might have to do some finagling with our supplies. Is that going to be enough? How much do we actually need? We need 20,000. I want to buy them. I just want to buy them. Interesting. I could sell the Springfields, but I don't want to do that either because I am going to need them later. So do I just... How much did I say we needed? Be able to purchase all these Henrys. 20,000 even. Yeah, this might be a bad idea, but I really want those weapons. You know what, we'll go ahead and sell these Smiths. That should give us enough to be able to buy those Henrys. There we go. And let's go ahead and put 1,000 back into his supply. Alright, and that's how we are going to go about this next battle. Like I said, these guys are going to go ahead and take the brunt of the opening engagement, followed up by the 1st Corps. Should have enough supplies between the two to fully supply my army for this task. So, Malvern Hill, you can see the negative buffs towards the enemy, 15% negative enemy weapon quality, and then 10% less of an army size, which should help us out, especially since their army apparently is anywhere between 77 and 82,000. So, after the Battle of Gaines Mill, General McClellan has been convinced that the Peninsula Campaign cannot last any longer. The main camp of the Union Army has been set up at Harris's Landing to prepare for the withdrawal. Under the safety of his ironclads, General McClellan organized his last line of defense at Malvern Hill. We gamble and attack the heavily fortified position in an attempt to bring a decisive end to the Union operations near Richmond. And as I stated sort of last episode, it was a pretty horrific battle for the Confederacy. It was essentially Pickett's charge before Pickett's charge. It was essentially Fredericksburg before Fredericksburg. The Confederates just went up marched through an open field against hundreds of artillery, Union. It was just, quite frankly, a massacre. And like I said, it was sort of like Pickett's charge and Fredericksburg combined early on in the war. Nowhere near as devastating, but fairly close. Was not Lee's greatest moment, but he saw an opportunity and he really wanted to take it, try and end the Union offense, pretty much a big portion of the Army of Potomac early on in the war. After our last fight, the Yankees were forced to withdraw. They are preparing to leave from Harrison's Landing, a few miles to the south. Now we have this chance to advance and completely destroy them. General McClellan is so cautious that half of his army is guarding Harrison's Landing, some miles southward. Probably he thinks he is outnumbered. We have concentrated most of our army to seize Malvern Hill, that guards their right flank. If we succeed at pushing them back, all will be lost for them. Their flank will collapse and we will chase them down to the James River till no one escapes. The bulk of their defenses are stationed at the foot of Malvern Hill. They are waiting for us with heavy artillery support to advance on open ground. It is very risky to attack the west side of Malvern Hill. This ground is swampy and our soldiers will be shot dead before they can even reach the hill. Interestingly enough, you can actually advance through there with almost no issues. But it does take a while. Attacking the east side is not a good idea either. There are few passable river sections and we will lose too many men trying to climb the edgy cliffs. Or that bridge. Although heavily fortified, their center is the weakest point, and we must breach it, prepared to attack. Alright. Their defensive position is strong. Our staff officers have advised we soften them up with artillery until all our forces can join the fight. We can put the west side of Malvern Hill in a crossfire if we establish our artillery batteries near this area. And from here we can bombard the east side of the hill. General is recommended to proceed with this plan, but of course, if there is a weakness in the Union formation, you can decide otherwise. We have reserved ammo for about 1 hour of continuous fire. Alright, so let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and move all of our guns up. Now we get everybody straight away, but we are going to go ahead and take all of them out. That way we can just line them up by division. Let the first division go through the middle. Third division, I guess, really doesn't matter too much, seeing as I just built out this force. And we'll go ahead and have the second division line up right there, and that'll work. Move those guys forward as well. Okay, let's go ahead and start the battle. Move our artillery up into position right here. Go ahead and put these guys out this way, as they're going to attack the right. First division, move forward. and attack their left. And the 2nd Division will attack their middle. Alright, now let's just speed things up. Don't want to rush anybody, there's no point. Try and keep their condition up as much as possible. Oh, I selected the general too. There we go. I don't even think it's possible at the moment to flank this side of the hill until the map expands a little bit. Might be able to squeeze people up, but like I said, it just takes a while. And actually this portion is pretty heavily guarded. It's to the south that you don't really see too many men. Obviously our guys are being seen. Whoa. Don't get too far ahead of yourself. Actually not enough space to actually line up my entire army. Guns are still getting into position. I guess Edwards is actually in position. Okay. That's what I was worried about, is the howitzers weren't going to be in range, but they're actually just in range. Make sure all my artillery gets in position before we actually start marching forward. Now ideally we can break the Union before we even get our 1st Corps in. But if not, my 2nd Corps will take, as I said, the brunt of the casualties once we soften them up. Go ahead and wait a little bit. The artilleries do a little bit of damage before we start moving in. And actually, you know what? I don't think I actually have nearly as much artillery as I usually have for this battle, so let's go ahead and just march these guys forward. Let's go ahead and pause. And get these guys into positions. Actually, we'll keep these guys a little bit farther back in this position. Now we'll be able to spread out fairly well once the ground opens up a little down here. And we'll keep these guys in reserve. It is probably going to take several assaults to break these lines. Typically it's easier in this area to break the Union. The middle is, of course, the absolute hardest. That's why I sent the 1st. Oh no, I think I meant to have the 1st here, but oh well. They're only slightly more veteran than the rest of the corps. The general moving. Offering inspiring words as his men die before him. Oh, we were able to actually route that They're right fairly easy, a lot quicker than I actually thought we would. Alright, more divisions are entering the fray. Now it's time for our full assault generators. Advise to bring your strongest brigades to attack their center. Alright, as they sort of pile in, we'll keep the fight going down here. We'll break them. Go ahead and move our reserves up first. That's interesting that they had their gun that fucking close. Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. Alright, let's see if my snipers can do any damage up here. Fortunately, my cavalry is probably not going to be able to do too much. I don't even see my... There's my other cavalry unit. Alright, let's go ahead and pause this. We're gonna go ahead, move our first corps or first division here. Second division will take up positions on their right. And finally third there. Let's just get them moving. And now the guns. The guns, I'm tempted to put them up on this hill, but I really think by the time they really get there, they're probably not going to be able to do too much. So we'll just go ahead and move the guns into this position here. God, we're already coming up on a half an hour of this episode, aren't we? Go ahead and move my general up. Have him set up on the right, that way Johnson can focus his attention on the left. Interested to see if they'd be able to be in range of these guns. Also very tempted to charge these two units just to get these guys out of the woods here. They're actually bringing up more forces, so we're going to go ahead and do just that. See if our third division can break them. Don't know. They're going to be just out of range, I think. We're going to have to expose them. Alright, so we sort of broke their right, kinda. See if I can't. I don't know why they're trying to move off to the other direction. Right, we're sort of breaking their left. Let's move up some fresh forces, put them a little closer. Oh! No, Gordon, get out of there. What are you doing? Oh, dang it. Oh, dang. Oh. That is very unfortunate. That was not what I wanted up for Gordon, that's for sure. That's actually not what I want. Actually, just stop. Move very forward, get some fresh troops up there. Probably all we're really going to get out of our snipers from up here, because I'm worried that if I move them any closer, they're not going to be too effective, so let's go ahead and... Oh, they are out of sight now. That's what that little symbol means. I don't know if I've ever explained that. Schultz is now retreating. See, the hardest part is dealing with all of this artillery. There's just so much artillery that the enemy has at their disposal for this battle. There's probably a better way for me to handle it. Oh no, are we in range of Abercrombie? Is that why he's turning the faces, or is he just turning so we don't get a flank shot on him? Not sure. Gordon and Schultz took some fairly heavy damage. I'm not sure if Schultz took all that damage from the guns. It must be all this artillery. What we need is to break this side because they have all their artillery just massed right there. So we really need to break this side. Or even break that middle. Back. Have an opportunity. Ooh, we lost one of our generals. Alright, so let's start moving up our some fresh guys into the battle. I don't really want to move in any units out of my first corps onto this side just because of all the artillery we have here. That's okay. Pelham did his job. We forced back the middle. Get these guys up here now. Wow, that was one of the most ineffective fires I've ever seen. Alright, keep this moving up just slightly. Work them down, just work them down, that's the object. That's a little bit better volley by Weed there. Oh wow, got my other ammo train. Alright, secure Malvern Hill before nightfall. The Yankees cannot find better defensive ground. Isn't that the truth? Our main objective remains. We must capture Malvern Hill to nightfall, or else we must accept a defeat today. Keep it up, General. Alright, so let's see if we can get a little cheeky. Start moving our cavalry in. Moving up there, I'm not sure what their cavalry is doing at the moment. Alright. Fuel is wounded, that's not good. Counter-charging some of our weakened units. Alright, we have a breakthrough on the right. Let's move up. Maybe try and hit some of these guns. Oh wow, I didn't even notice we broke through on the left. We gotta get moving. Starting to get a little disorganized. Yeah, hopefully we can sort of... Oh wow, dang, I didn't realize my snipers were seen. Alright, let's move up the rear line of guns into a forward position. I'm pretty sure my houses are out of range anyway at this point. Like I said, getting a little disorganized. Might want to slow down a little bit. Alright. Let's go ahead and get my snipers out of there. Moving up our guns. Ooh, the Dark Angels got a little overwhelmed there. We charged several units at them. As well as all those guns just pounding me. See if I can't. He looks like he's doing a lot of damage. Let's see if I can't focus all of my artillery on that one there. Really, the focus is guns right now. Trying to do damage to them, because they are really what's hurting us. Then see us sort of forcing the enemy back this way, which is going to make trying to take these positions a little harder. Go ahead and see if we can't move these guns up. Don't really know what these snipers are really going to do unless I were to move them out this way. So I'm really thinking about how I'm going to thinking about breaking off some skirmishers and having them flank around from some of these more some of these brigades that haven't taken too much damage, that can afford to lose some of their forces. Maybe try and get them on their flanks. on him. Alright, let's move these guys down the lines. Some of these reserve units. It isn't the prettiest of assaults, that's for sure. I think they know we've sent some skirmishers down this way. I'm trying to pick out these guns when I can. Get up there. Oh wow. Get my generals up here. Oh, that's unfortunate. Turn to fight. Turn to fight. Definitely get around field. Come up that way. Alright, skirmishers, time to do what I sent you up here to do. Go ahead and get my cavalry into their rear as well. Actually, let's just, while we got them distracted, let's just get everybody into these woods. And of course, oh, come on. I really need to slow down, I think. Maybe pause the game a little bit more. Because I got a lot of units that just standing around, not doing anything. Let's pause the game. Hold on. This whole battle has devolved into a bit of a mess, which honestly this one does tend to. You got to move pretty quickly. Alright, we're already moving all of our guns up. Let's go ahead. What do I want to do? Get these guys into position there. Hopefully by then we'll knock him back. Schultz, turn to fight him. Hill, Weed. Preston, move down. What do we got going on over here? Who's not doing anything? Archer, flank in. Iron Warriors, nope. Keep pouring on the fire. You pour on the fire there. Griffin. Field. Flank up and around. Okay. Think everybody's moving. Think I have a fairly well things organized. Actually, boom. You shoot him. Barry, yeah, you keep moving forward too. I don't want you running anymore. Actually, guys, we are going to pause, and we're going to end this episode, and we're going to see how it goes next episode, how we're going to finish this, because we are hitting 45 minutes at this point. So yeah, we'll finish this up in the next episode, try and rebuild our army. I'm fairly confident we're going to win this while I'm down here. think about what I'm doing and get these guys moving up here. But yeah, thank you all for watching. What is actually, because I don't think we need to, oh yeah, we do actually, oh, we only need to hold one of these hills. Okay, that actually changes how I want to push. So we'll keep that in mind for next episode. So thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope you all enjoyed this, and have a good night. Bye-bye.